Welcome, brother. Appreciate you being on.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I'm going to shout out my sponsors real quick. We got Skirmish, Skirmish Tactical System with the bracelets. If y'all haven't played with these or tried them out yet, go on to skirmish.net and check it out. See if a field near you has it. It's an awesome system that we'll be promoting this year. It's actually a Balahack. They used it at one of their events recently and almost crashed their system because there was like 500 people using the Skirmish system. It's pretty cool. And then Jackal Tactical is a new sponsor. Just recently, they're out of Pennsylvania. They'll be hosting events. Actually, one of the events in September is going to be here in South Carolina at GTI. And go to jacktac.com to check out their stuff. Awesome. All right, man. Well, you look amazing. This is cool. We met through a mutual friend online and heard about what you're doing with Airsoft, and I love the look. You got a cool mask with and a cool shirt, and I like the terrorist look, man. It's cool.
These guys right here, I love District 15. Nice. District 15 is everything. If you guys on here, all you fucking Airsoft retards, District 15 is where to get your stuff.
Good thing I'm not an Airsofter. Damn.
Don't cancel me. I'm not making fun of mentally challenged people because some of them are actually a lot smarter than some of the cringy Airsoft players.
Hey, man, I tell you what. I worked with, when I was a teenager, I worked in a charity with through a church with retarded guys, and they didn't mind being called retarded. Like that was what, what we called them. So, and we made a lot of friends, man. They were very, very cool. Love working with them. But, yeah, some of the Airsoft retards out here that I've seen and seen online. No, I'm not working with them. Okay.
Yeah, I almost have a similar story. Like one of my middle school teachers thought it would be a great form of punishment because there was this handicapped kid named Nick. Not like anybody on here's going to know who he is. But he really had a thing for girls. And one girl that hung out in our group had a lot of dumb shit to say about the handicapped kids. So one of the days I went up, I was like, "Hey, Nick, she likes you." And he just wouldn't leave her alone. Well, the teacher took it as me picking on him. And I was like, "No, fuck, are you kidding me?" So she's like, "No, you get to spend the day over and help the class." And I was like, "You literally just did me a favor. This is the funnest group of fucking people.
It really is.
Be around all day. I don't have to do schoolwork and hang out with these cool-ass kids that are just fucking so happy.
They're
all
open,
day.
man. They are 100% that's what real honesty is. Like when you get around retarded guys, they, people in general, they are one of the biggest things that they are is honest, 100%. They're feeling like they wear everything on on their sleeve, like out in the open. If they like you, you're going to know it. And typically they like everybody, they're very happy and very easy to get along with because you never have to guess what they're thinking or how they're feeling about something. Like they're going to tell you, and you can work, just whatever kind of project you're doing, they're all in, man. Yep.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. And yeah, I'd much rather spend an entire day with them than fucking one day on a goddamn field with these cringe softers.
Yeah, so we were talking earlier, and we had, there's definitely some cringy airsofters out there. I've seen them online. I haven't really, I don't think I've had too many on here on the podcast that I know of, but I've definitely seen some videos where guys I would just definitely wouldn't want to be on the field with them.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. I mean, we just had out here locally, Umbrella Armory, somebody broke into their freaking shop and stole thousands of dollars worth of shit.
I heard about that.
I'm looking at the stuff on there, and people are like, who the hell would do that? I'm like, well, first off, nobody else in society would have any stake in stealing airsoft shit.
Right.
This could only be fucking some cringy-ass group of wannabe ghetto fucking pieces of shit that knew about that place in the first place.
Yeah.
And had somebody else go and do it. You know, I'm like, you fucking kids. And you know what? It would probably be some fucking little ghetto California kids doing some shit like that.
That's
You
crazy,
know,
dude.
parents,
I've been following
parents
that.
never, yeah, parents never punched them in their mouth a day in their life to freaking teach them, you know, there's repercussions for your actions.
That's what they need, okay? That's what they need.
Yeah,
They need
yeah,
the
it's a lot
old
of people.
school discipline, all
Yeah,
right?
a lot
Get
of
out the
people, a lot
belt,
of
get out
the,
the spanking, get out the paddle. You know, let your mom smack you in the mouth if you say something wrong, okay?
yeah,
My
you know,
mom's a
some
short little
people
Italian
learn.
lady, bro. She'll still smack me in the mouth if I say something wrong.
Oh shit, dude, my dad was a 225-pound fucking 5'10" Hispanic dude. You know, kidney shot him as a joke one time, and he throws a straight right, and you're like, oh, I'm never doing that again.
I remember I was 16 and I was, you know, just piss and vinegar, man. I was like getting in fights and just really, I did not want to be at home, right? As a teenager, tired of all the stuff with my parents. I thought I knew everything. They don't know shit. I remember my dad was at work, and when I got home from school, my mom was badgering me about something, whatever, and I mouthed off to her pretty bad. Like I yelled at her, which I had never done before. I mouthed off, but I never raised my voice like that. And when my dad got home, bro, he literally put the fear of God in me. He threw me up against the refrigerator and put his fat finger, like he was a big dude. He wasn't fat, you know, he was a big husky dude, and put his finger in my chest and was like, "That's not your mom you're talking to. That's my wife." And man, my face went white. I was like, I never thought of it that before. He was like,
Oh
"No,
yeah,
man, you're a man now. That's my wife." I was like, "Oh shit, this dude's about to hit me," and you know, he had like a big ass fist, and but anyway, yeah, it scared the crap out of me. I never talked back to my mom again. Okay.
yeah. You can see it in some of these dudes because I mean, shit. I have an uncle who played professional football. I called my mom by her real name one time in front of him. He was like, "You ever call your mom by her first name like that again, I will fuck you up." And I'm like, oh,
I'm sure there's some airsofters you would like to do that to, right?
oh, fuck ton.
So
Fuck ton of them.
what kind of BS are you guys seeing on the field there?
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, and you know, it's funny when they hear you bitch about, oh, you're just a fucking bitch and blah blah blah. It's like, no, first off, dude, you know, you have a skill issue. If you have to overshoot people, you know, you got a skill issue. Period. We had a friend of mine had an incident at a park down here where some dudes fucking, you know, minimum engagement distance. They tried to play the, oh, you were within 10 feet, so they fucking dump on him. And you know, I guess the dude, he's ex-Marine, grabbed one of them, damn near threw him through a wall. And you know, everybody comes off the field, and he said that the refs like came out, and they're like, "What the fuck's going on?" He's like, "No, this dude fucking mag dumped me at point blank. Look, I'm bleeding everywhere. Like this dude, like literally bleeding from the shots."
Damn.
And so the refs go and check it out, and they're looking at video from a contour cam. And yeah, we all know you cringy fucks only run contour cams for one reason. That 5 foot looks like 15 feet out of a contour cam. And
Right.
so it's fisheye. So they watch the video. He's like, no, you know, from the video, he looks like he's pretty far out. And so, you know, from what I heard, the dude was like, no, look, I'll go shake their hand. Let's just go back and play. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry that I put my hands on him. Well, then the cringy guys are like, no, we don't feel comfortable with him being on the field. It's like, wait, you act like a fucking prick, and then when somebody puts hands on you, you play the victim? Get the fuck out of here. If you are watching, yeah, fuck you. You're
Agreed.
a bitch. Yeah, you're a bitch. You got skill issues, period. Fuck off. Go die somewhere.
Strongly agreed.
It's silly. Like, you know, you can go out there and be competitive. That's fine, having a competitive, like, you know, mindset. But, you know, just bending the rules and then acting like a prick when somebody calls you out on it, you got a skill issue. You're not competitive. You're a fucking punk.
Hell yes.
So,
Well, let me ask you this,
And I
man.
mean, that's just one
What
of
kind of
many.
experience you have? Like, what's your team? I know your call sign is Omega. You and I have never met before until a friend reached out, told me about you, and said I need to have you on. And it seems like you're doing some good stuff in the airsoft community, trying to get rid of some cringy fucks like that, and let's fill the field with honest, honorable players and people that know what they're doing and playing hard. So, how did you get started with what you're doing, and you got a team, or what's going on with your airsoft stuff like that?
Yeah, no, I don't have a team. I'm an individual player. Like, I'll go out every now and again and do that. I manufacture parts. I know airsofters love custom. They love custom. And I have a lot of equipment at my disposal. So I started making some stuff. I actually had a very, very amazing opportunity to make some M-Lock rail covers for Punk from Slaughter Project, who, like, anybody in Airsoft knows Slaughter Project.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's, so I'm actually extremely freaking, thankful that he reached out and asked me to do something special for him. I bought one of his uppers for my AAP, and, I'm looking at my AAP, and I wanted to get the whole color scheme right, and then I noticed, CTM is the only one who has removable panels for it, and I'm like, well, fuck, that's just going to make my AAP look like everybody else's. I'm just going to make my own panels. And then Hefe Airsoft saw that, and they're like, can you make some of those for me? Like, let's put them on my site. So I made a bunch for him, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm not on a team. I play for myself. I know a lot of the guys on Shogun. I know a lot of people on Biohazard. I know a lot of airsofters, but I just never was one of those types to run with a team. I'm an old school graffiti artist, kind of solo type thing.
Nice.
So, yeah, airsoft is cool. I like it. I like, I did paintball when I was younger, and airsoft is just a lot more affordable to go out and throw 5,000 rounds.
Well, it's more fun to shoot the different styles of gun, and you can dress up in different kind of gear and do that. And paintball is very colorful, but and you don't really have the issue of not calling your hits as much.
That one, it's plain as day. When you get hit, it's you're bright pink, dude. Like, you got hit.
Dude, I was watching this. I was interviewing somebody just a few weeks ago, and I said, have you seen, we were talking, they were a paintballer, switched over, and they were young. They were in their 20s, and they had switched over to Airsoft. And I said, bro, have you seen this video? I just saw this video come up in my feed. I think it was from HK Army. Okay. And, they post a video of one of their game modes that they do for, this is paintball, and one of their paintball, like, gameplay tournaments or, whatever. And I can't remember the name of the type of, or mode or whatever it was, but they have a four-pronged, almost like a little windmill kind of thing, right?
Oh, like a Texas Star.
Yes.
Where it'll spin when you hit it?
Yeah, spin when you hit it. And you gotta, like, it'll click over to red or blue or whatever. And so it's on the top of a hill. And what they did was they filmed, and then they put it in slow motion of, a guy from each team, somebody runs up and tries to flip it. And, bro, this is in slow-mo, and it's like 4K, so you can see every detail of every paintball. And there's thousands of paintballs just converging on this center, bro. It is insane. I mean, they're getting hit. The one dude has just a face mask on, the paintball mask, without, like, a hat or anything. He's getting pelted in the top of his head. I'm going, oh, shit. Like, it is insane, but it's really interesting to watch.
I saw something similar. There's a thing out here in California. They do it. I don't know if they do it every year anymore. They do it in Copperopolis. It's an abandoned oil refinery, and it's called Operation End War, and it's like a 1,000-person paintball mill sim event.
Whoa!
That they do up there, and I remember the last time I saw any commercial for it. That's the exact thing they had for the commercial. Was like these dudes rushing this thing, and it was just like paintball vomit coming from each side of fucking paintballs.
Oh, dude, it's crazy looking, man. Yep. Yeah, you definitely cannot say, "Oh, I didn't get hit." Yeah.
No, Airsoft it's weird. It's kind of funny that I don't think. Granted, I don't pay attention to paintball as much, I guess, as I should, considering that's where I came from. But you don't see a fuck ton of like this stupid influencer shit either. Like you got the original guys, you know, like the owner of HK Army or whatever, doing his promo commercials or whatever. But you don't have Ryan Greenspan out there pretending to be an influencer. He's like, no, I am who I am.
Yeah.
You want to come out and do a training, that's it. But over on Airsoft, over on the Airsoft side, you've got this stupid fucking like celebrity type thing going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, nobody knows who the hell you are, except if you play Airsoft.
You're a big fish in a small pond, brother. Like, for real.
Tiny pond. And it's kind of one of those things that I always saw, like, I mean, how big is your influence? How many people who do not play Airsoft did you bring in to the community this year? None? Well, you're not an influencer then. Like, you have to bring new bodies, you have to bring new customers to a product to really be like a marketing genius.
Yeah, to say, oh, I influenced them.
Yeah, I influenced them to come play.
Uh-huh.
You know, like real. I mean, honestly, true influence is face to face, being out of the field. You know, playing with people, and those people telling their neighbors or their cousin, "Hey, you should come out and try and do this." Because I mean, you can look at Airsoft just like we were talking about earlier when you do like the mystery box opening. My kids used to watch people on YouTube opening toys all fucking day. Yep. Did I go buy them those toys? No, I didn't. But my kids enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like, come on. Like, if you being whatever the hell your YouTube freaking sensation is, like if you're not capturing people who just stumbled across your page that don't play Airsoft and are like, oh shit, this looks fun as hell. And then they go and play the next day, you haven't done anything. You got paid, you know, just for people watching your shit. Like you didn't change the community.
Yeah.
You know, it's another cringy ass thing about freaking Airsoft is, you know, this whole influencer type mindset.
You know what I don't like along those lines is people that start a YouTube channel, and as their channel grows, they change to conform to the self-censoring bullshit of YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. I cannot stand. I literally want to unfollow and unsubscribe to people that post on social media and for Airsoft and say, plastered all over their video, not real guns. I'm like, dude, have you seen some of the war, like the real war videos that are posted on Instagram? Like literally people getting blown up from a drone dropping a grenade on this Russian or Ukrainian soldier and blowing his fucking leg off. Like it has zero to do with a real gun.
Yeah, no, I do find that silly because I'm like, I've got a lot of friends who've had their shit just shadow banned, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking crazy because I remember going on, you know, Instagram on one of my other accounts and just, you know, here it is. What was it? Ultra recordables, and a guy getting torn apart by a fucking mill or a lathe. Yeah. And I'm just like, the guy got flung into 9 pieces.
Yeah.
And I watched it all happen.
Exactly.
But that toy gun with an orange tip got an entire fucking account banned. I can watch dudes in UFC beat each other fucking to a bloody mess.
Yep.
That's okay.
absolute
It's socially
violence,
acceptable.
gore, violence,
absolute
all kind of shit.
brutal violence.
Yes, but you can't show an airsoft gun, and so you know the other thing is like the self-censoring thing. Like they start changing their verbiage to match what, you know. If you want to cut out certain things, whatever, don't say certain words or whatever as you're doing it. But to change what you're saying, like people say unalive now instead of suicide. I'm like, bro, I never self-censor on this channel. I just talk how we talk, like normal people. I just cannot get on board with that, bro. Like these channels once they get a bigger following, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose what I'm getting from this YouTube or whatever. And see, that's how they suck you in, bro. So I'm glad you're not like that, man. Because you know, if you're like a old school graffitiist, you're kind of like against the system, right? Rage against the machine kind of thing. And you're probably not down with that shit with airsoft.
No, I'm old school graffiti, old school punk. You know, I had a dad who was like, "What the fuck? You're not holding that goddamn flashlight right when I'm working on the car."
Yes.
Smacking the side of the head.
Same.
Granted, apparently somebody reestablished the fucking lines of who a millennial is, and I fall into that goddamn category. But I'm like, I never had shit given to me. Fuck you.
I never understood those. I don't even know I don't even know what gen I am. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Whatever.
I think you're actually Gen X. I hate the fact that I even know that, because I had an argument with another dude that I work with who's an engineer, much younger than me.
So what is it?
Like,
what is it? Does it go by when you're born?
Yeah, it goes by when you're born. You had the baby boomers, which was everybody born after World War II.
Okay.
And then Gen X was. So, yeah, you're a Gen X.
Okay.
And then I'm millennial because they kicked that off right after 1982. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
82.
Like, can I get grandfathered in or something?
So millennials start at 82?
I think it's 82. I could be wrong. Holy it might be 81 or maybe 80. But I was like, that's bullshit.
I thought it was way later. I thought millennials were like my kids' age in their 20s.
So did I.
What is the new generation called?
You know, I don't even remember.
I thought millennials were like the newest.
I think they started it over. I think even my fucking 12-year-old son knows what the new one is. And I was like, this is all bullshit. I'm sorry.
Okay,
like, I got my ass kicked when I misbehaved. I got my ass kicked when I misbehaved. I went skateboarded from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 at night, fucking every summer day long, like, you know, drinking people's hose water when I was fucking hot and tired.
Bro, for real. Oh, that's the best. I'll tell you what, man, when you're dying of thirst and it's fucking hot as shit out, and you go and drink that, you let the hot water run out of the hose first, and you get that, you start drinking out of the hose. I don't know what, it's the metally kind of, you know, taste or irony taste. It's great.
Flavor.
It's great.
Yeah, my kids gave me a dirty-ass look because I got a fucking glass of water out of the tap. And they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm getting some water. Like, we got water bottles. I'm like, it doesn't have any flavor.
We used to go visit people in different places in where I grew up, like different towns. They were like kind of farmlands or whatever. And their water would taste so different, you know, from city to city.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's back when I used to drink tap water with all that fluoride. Now I try to stay away from fluoride because it rots the shit out of your brain. It doesn't do shit for your teeth. Like, they lied. Okay, it doesn't help your teeth at all. So what do you got? What do you got coming up? What do you are you open to talking about where, like, what field you play at, or what other companies you're working with for your airsoft manufacturing?
Yeah, when I can get out to play, I'm anywhere between Wildlands in Lake Elsinore, or Code Red in Paris, California, or Battle Labs in Ontario. I played at N1 and what is that considered? Shit.
Is that Orange County?
No, it's LA, but it's El Monte. There we go. Fucking all of LA is LA, people.
Like, right. I was gonna say. Well, I thought LA was Orange County. No.
No, Orange County's its own spot. Orange County, there's a lot of fucking cringy ass players in Orange County. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you, Tax Shitty, you gotta the name for a fucking reason.
Tax Shitty? Is that what they call it?
No, it's Tax City, but
right.
You know, people who've played there and have seen their fucking crowd, it's Tax Shitty. So,
oh shit, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah. No, another company. I've got some. I guess you can call mock jerseys going right now. I was working with Matt, aka Bondo the Don, from Violence and Bloodthirsty.
Fuck! I just had Bondo on, and his buddy.
Did you?
Dude!
Oh, really?
Shout out
dude,
fucking
Matt's
Bondo.
Man, dude.
This dude,
Matt's
okay.
Man. Matt's fucking awesome.
Oh, he is amazing. Yes, he was fun to talk with.
Him and I, we did a conference call and designed up a jersey for me and another person, and we're right on the money. Like, I mentioned to him what I was into, and fucking bam, he had it. And the jersey design was specifically to bring two sides of Airsoft together, because another fucking cringy thing about fucking Airsoft is it's no different than the fucking U.S. government. You either got Speedsoft or fucking Milsim.
Okay.
So you've either got Republican or Democrat, and both of them act like fucking idiots. You know, they're both idiots towards each other. So I made a jersey that has basically both styles on one. And then my style is the imagery. So it was one of those things where when we were talking about it, when we were I'll send you a picture of the design. They actually should be here in, I think, a week or two.
Nice.
But when I was telling him about what I was trying to do, he was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. And I was like, this is to bring it all together. It's, when you look at it, you're like, well, that's what Speedsofters wear, but that color and pattern is a multicam pattern. And all the other shit on there is fucking metal and punk rock. Like, this is
nice, different.
And I told him, I was like, no, I want people to look at it and like turn their head again. Like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
That wasn't Speedsoft. That wasn't Milsim. Like, that was something in the middle. Some weird fucking baby in the middle. So, yeah, so I was working on that. And just trying to plan out where to go with, some of the other stuff. The M-Lock, as soon as I did those things for Slaughter, I started getting hit up left and right. Oh, I want some of these. I even have Real Steel friends who were like, dude, you want to make me some? And I was like, yeah, I'll make you some.
Nice.
So, I'm trying to do something a little more custom, because, even the Airsoft companies, they're kind of niche, and they're like, this is proprietary to this is proprietary to that, and the way I want to do it, you have an M-Lock, you have a key mod. That's all I need to know.
Right.
I'll make it. It's going to fit. This isn't proprietary to any style. Yeah. I can make what I need to make so that it fits your shit, and it'll be a one-off. It's truly a one-off, and it's for you.
So you definitely know your way around Bridgeport and milling machines and all that kind of cool shit.
Laser cutters, CNCs, everything. Modeling on SolidWorks. It's kind of. There's days that I enjoy knowing all that stuff, and there's days that I'm just like, I fucking wish I didn't know any of that, because now I've got people asking me questions on how to do it. The wife's like, let's do this honey-do project, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I didn't know how to do this.
Once I learned how to do electrical, plumbing, carpentry, framing, painting, drywall, all the stuff that, I've learned how to do over the past bunch of years. My wife's like, hey, can we do this room? I'm like, oh, shit. Because you can't say, no, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
what?
She knows you're full of shit.
I already got all the tools and everything. Okay. Oh, yep.
Electrical was the only thing that terrifies the fuck out of me.
It used to with me as well.
Yeah, you can't see the danger.
And not only that,
see the danger.
I had when I was, I think 11, because I hadn't had my growth spurt yet, but I was 11. My dad had a workshop in his garage. Okay, so he had a bunch of machines out there, and he used to do. So he had grinders, and he didn't have a lathe or nothing that big, but just desktop or countertop type of tool work. And he had the garage was 240 instead of, or 220, I guess, instead of 110. And so I was plugging in something, I think like a drop cord or something, up above on one of the rafters, like the in an outlet or whatever, and my thumb was touching the prong. I didn't know, and I just jammed it up in there, and that thing, enough of my thumb was touching, like it literally lifted me off the ground. So it lifted me up and just flung me around like this for like 1 second. It felt like a lot longer, but it's probably 1 second, And I kicked the trash can over. This is the old style metal trash cans we used to have, growing up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, heavy duty, right? Kicked the trash can over, flung around, flopped on my back, and I think the motion of it flopping me around, is what got me off of there. And I had this giant, like half my thumb was black and smoking. And, as a kid, I mean, it scared the shit out of me, bro. I was like, I never want to be around electricity again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got hit the same way. And I was probably about like 13 or 14, lazy asshole. Instead of turning my light off in the room, I would just yank the plug out of the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So
who doesn't do that, right?
Yeah, I just got out of the shower and I went over, and this time I was like, I probably shouldn't pull on the cord. That's eventually going to break the cord, and I'm going to be in even bigger trouble.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it by the sleeve of the prongs to go and pull it out of the wall. Well, I had yanked on it so many times that the sleeve had actually broken loose from the prongs. Yeah. And I yanked it, and my fingers slipped past the sleeve and grabbed the prongs while it was still in the wall. Lit me up real quick. I pinned myself into the wall, and I guess in the same motion pulled the plug out. So it stopped.
Thank God! Oh my God!
Fucking lit me up, and that's only your standard power coming in. That's just 120, 110.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. No, I've been hit with 110s. As I'm installing stuff. I've worked on things with. I've installed a bunch of outlets and stuff and light switches with with everything on, with all the breakers on, being hot, and I get tagged here and there. It's not just barely. It's but it always wakes you up, man. It's like that little jolt that makes you go. It's so fast when it hits you. And
it's better than any fucking coffee you're gonna drink.
It really is, dude. Instant adrenaline, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, I think it opens up your capillaries or something too, because man, it really gets you.
Yeah. Now I've worked on in my daytime career. We have a YAG laser that was built by Raytheon back in the 80s.
Holy shit!
And it was acting up, doing some weird stuff, and the service guy, he's back in Maryland, and to get him out, it's a $10,000 trip.
Sure.
We got to pay this dude to come out and all this shit, and he's just like, well, we'll get on a Zoom call, and I'll have you go over some stuff, and I'm like, well, okay, that kind of works. And my boss at the time, he's an engineer, he's done electrical work and all that type of shit. They're on the Zoom call, and he's like, cool, take all the panels off, and we'll start working piece by piece. So we take the panels off, the disconnects all off, all that type of shit. And he's like, yeah, I need you to stick your arm back in there to check this one thing. And I was like, well, this thing stores 150,000 volts.
Oh, bro. Anytime you're in a factory setting and somebody says, "Oh, I need you to stick your arm in there," bro, I'm going the other way, okay?
the capacitors inside of this laser are the size of like a can of pinto beans. Big ass can. And there's banks full of these capacitors.
Nope.
And
not doing
you know, and down at the bottom, it's got 8 dumps. So when you kick it off, all the power is supposed to dump through those power dumps. And you know, I'm asking him, I'm like, how do I know, even with the disco off, these things have no power in them?
Discharged all the power.
Like, well, yeah, he was like, well, as long as all the freaking dumps down at the bottom are functional, you're good. I'm like, but how do I know?
Exactly.
He's like, well, you don't.
No. That's what they have those long rods for.
Yeah. He was like, if you ever noticed when I come and I service your thing, I always take my rubber grip screwdriver and I touch across the banks.
There you go.
Because the screwdriver head will blow up if there's still power in there. And I was like, so say this fails and I have my arm in there, what's going to happen? He was like, don't worry about it. You won't even feel it. I'm like, what?
You won't feel it.
You'll die. You'll die instantly. It'll blow you across the room. Like, it's 150,000 volts going through your body.
Bro.
Now I'm looking at my boss like, well, first off, you're the guy who knows electrical. Why the fuck is my arm going in there?
Right. What? No.
So, needless to say, I stuck my arm inside of that cavity, and there's hair on the back of my neck raising up as I'm doing it. Like, if I die, it's going to be today, but at least he said I'm not going to feel it.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, gnarly. Fuck electricity, dude.
I think most people really fear, well, maybe not most. People like you and me, we probably fear pain more than death. Like, I don't really fear death, but I don't want to be in a bunch of pain. And
I don't want to be painful.
I don't want to be, this is something I never thought of until I was paralyzed. I don't want to be a burden on somebody. So I don't want to be paralyzed where somebody has to take care of me forever. I'd rather just be gone, okay? Like, they'll get over the agony of losing me quicker than the agony of 10 years of, you know, wiping my ass and carrying me to the shower. You're like, fuck that.
Until I die. Yeah. Nope, I agree. Yeah. Pain sucks. But, yeah, I'd much rather just it be over with real quick.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you're going to die, it's going to be, hopefully it's not going to be painful, like too painful. I don't mind pain on a daily basis, like, you know, whatever kind of pain we have to go through, whatever is normal. But, yeah, like extreme stuff we see in these movies where, you know, torturing and stuff. No, man, I'd just rather go. Okay.
Yeah, much rather go. That's for sure.
So, yeah, that's...
that kind of plays into fucking another little gripe I have about cringy people.
There we go. That's what we're here for.
Oh, and you know what? It has to do with tax shitty.
The cringiness.
Yeah, it has to do with tax shitty. They had a nice video last year. Yeah, some retards from, oh, you know what? They're not even from our state. Unknown, Arizona. You fucking retards. They came and I guess they had some beef with somebody. I don't know. Mag dumped the fuck out of them. And I just remember watching the video, and apparently the dude had it coming, which I was just like, okay, yeah, this is more their fucking gay, not making fun of gays, sorry. Their stupid way of dealing with stuff. And you know, when I watch people get mag dumped...
Well, you're not saying gay as in homo. You're saying gay?
No, yeah,
like that.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Utmost respect, people. When I'm watching these people get mag dumped and the way they like react to it, I'm like, you know what? You're in a plate carrier. You've got a mask on. I would walk into one of these dudes and take their gun and beat them with it. I'm sorry, you are trying to cause bodily harm to me. Like, I personally feel like you should get whatever the fuck is coming to you.
For real.
And I don't care how old you are either. I think at 16 we should be allowed. If you are causing me physical harm, I should be able to beat the fucking piss out of you.
1,000%, bro. Of course.
Now, when we get below the 14, you know, you could probably severely injured or something like that.
I'd stop
myself.
Young. Right.
Yeah, people, I would stop myself. If I knew he was 16, I'd stop. But you know, at 16, that's when the hormones are kicking in, and they think they're a lot tougher than they really are. Every now and again, kid needs to get whack-a-mole.
They gotta get whack-a-mole. Yes, whack 'em, bro. Whack-a-mole.
They gotta get whack-a-mole.
I'm telling you, bro.
But no, some of these, and you know what, that's the other thing about these dudes. A lot of these fucking little cringy teams, they are 16, 17, 18-year-olds that are using their age to protect them. And that's kind of one of those things. I think we should get a pass. We should get a pass as airsoft players. When we're all wearing kits, we all look the same age.
That's right.
That's it.
No idea, bro.
Yeah, if I Babe Ruth swing for the fences with my M4 and hit you in the face, I mean, I thought you were 40. I'm sorry. It wasn't until your mask flew off your face that I was like, oh, this kid's balls probably haven't dropped yet, and I just hurt him.
Right? Holy shit.
But again, I think your behavior should warrant your fucking punishment.
There's got to be consequences.
You want to act like a big boy. Yeah. You want to act like a big boy and hurt people physically, you should be able to get the same punishment.
So going back to your comment earlier a while ago about the how people identify with certain groups, Dems or Republicans or whatever, milsimmers and speedsofters, this kind of thing. It is, which milsim and speedsofters, it's a totally different game style. I get it, but it's not a personal identity. But I judge people on their actions. Okay, your actions is what shows your character, and that's what I judge people on. I don't care about anything else. Okay, I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what your skin color. I don't care what religion. I don't care, any your actions determine your character, and that's what I'm judging you on. So, I don't like bad behavior. Period. I want to correct bad behavior. So we have to be an example, right, to the younger generation to show them this behavior is bad, this behavior is good. Okay.
Yeah.
So the cringiness is bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just permeates within the groups because, it's because they got their stupid little clique of 5 people that are just like, oh, bro, that was so sick. You just fired fucking
and I videoed that shit. I'm going to put it on TikTok, bro.
Yeah. And it's all for content. That's what makes it even fucking more cringy. It's like you literally incited that person to come at you so that you could make content out of this.
Right.
For your shitty little fucking group of retards in your contour cams and your pig B-rig fucking plate carriers with your fucking MK18 DSG builds. Yes, you all are the same. You aren't we all know you.
They're special, damn it.
The field. Yeah, when you show up to the field, you stand out more than anybody. They know you are coming to cause problems, and then you throw a fit when you get permabanned. Fuck off. Sorry. Go fuck yourself. Quit acting like a fucking tool, and get with the program. And you might actually be able to have a fun whole day of airsoft.
Yeah, dude, if you don't like playing team sports, go play Call of Duty and be a lone wolf and just quick scope everybody, okay? Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, go act like a fucking tool somewhere else that's not going to affect, maybe 100 other players that are trying to have a good day.
Right.
Or act like a victim when somebody fucking, throws you through a wall and you're like, oh my god, he hurt me. It's like, well, you act like a fucking shithead.
Right. Oh, they act, those videos, they act big and bad, overshooting somebody full auto, turning their gun around, trying to hit them like a bat. And they're, underage, 16 or whatever.
Yeah. You can't do that to me.
And then they go, I'm a minor. Bro, if you're going to act like that, then own that shit. Don't turn around and say, I'm a minor.
You waved that. Yeah, you waved that when you fucking tried to assault another person.
Exactly.
With a projectile. I'm sorry. It's a projectile. You know, I don't want it getting canceled out because you fucking shitheads can't behave yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We've already went through this once before where they wanted to regulate the fuck out of it. And then you still have these fucking idiots out there acting this way. And it's like, this is why we can't have nice things. Because you shitheads are acting this way.
For real, bro.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, sorry. And you know what? I might not be the only person who's saying this type of shit, you know, out there or whatever. But, you know, somebody's going to have to say it. And guess what? Trifecta Airsoft is the best place to do it because a lot of people watch this fucking podcast. And here, fuck you, cringe softers. You are fucking it up for everybody.
I love it.
And you don't think about it that way. You think about it because you go out there to have your good old little time with your little shitbag crew of friends. But guess what? There's an entire community is being affected by your shit behavior. Period.
It really is. Yeah,
You know?
when social media started and people videoing all kind of stuff and posting it, those days. Well, not only that, it's what we were talking about earlier, where you know the parents aren't doing their job as a parent, which is tough love. Like they think love is like you know, butterflies and hugs all the time. Like it's not good feelings all the time. Love is tough love. It really is. Like you don't have to beat the shit out of your kids, but you got to show them your job as a parent is to teach them how to be a productive member of society. I'm not saying fall in line with the government, okay? Like be a person, you know, as an adult. An adult, I mean like 16 on, okay? Not this fucking bullshit where, oh no, they still live at home when they're 28 and they're still just a kid. But you shut your ass, okay? It's 16 and on. You're fucking an adult, okay? You can make decisions and start growing up. You know, be better, okay? Don't fucking suck.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm you know, kind of going back to the graffiti thing. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of me being hypocritical by telling people, hey, follow the fucking rules. Well, asshole, you were a graffiti artist and you're a fucking punker. You're against freaking all that. I'm like, no, I'm not against society.
Right.
I'm against the machine.
Exactly.
You know, so rules can be bent as long as they don't affect my neighbor. I don't fucking go and fuck with my neighbor's shit. I might go fuck with that company's shit down the street because essentially they ain't paying for it. Their insurance is paying for it. but, you know, but I don't go steal from my neighbors. I don't go I didn't do stupid shit like that. Like I always fucked up stuff that I knew was insured by somebody bigger than the person who owned it.
And a company that was against your ideals. You know, that's you're not fucking shit up just to cause them monetary harm or whatever. It is they're being shady. They're being stupid. They're being, you know, or government stuff. You know, we all know the government. If anyone is not, most of us don't follow the all the politics stuff right now because it's so stupid to follow.
Mud.
But all right, but it's like you know, if you got to be awake a little bit to understand. Like, you cannot trust all the shit they say. Okay, and you got to know they have some nefarious ideas and motives, and you know, we're gonna fight against. That's the machine we're talking about. But when you go play a sport and a hobby that you love, and you want other people to love, so that it continues to grow, so that you have a place to keep going to, then don't be fucking cringe.
Yeah, you need the machine to be something that people like. You want people to like the ride and want to keep coming back and ride the ride.
Right.
You know, period. You don't want to show up one day and be like, hey man, yesterday that thing damn near came off the rails because this fucking idiot did this. Like, oh, well, maybe I don't want to ride that. Like,
I don't know, man. If something goes off the rails, it usually means it's fun. Okay.
yeah, you know, I guess it depends on the situation and what you're doing. You go to a metal show and shit goes off hinges, you're like, oh, that was a good fucking show. Like, it got gnarly.
If you don't leave a metal show a little bloodied or bruised, Then you did not go. Okay, you can't say you went.
But if you go to Six Flags and take the Batman ride and you come out bruised because some fucking bolt came loose on something, you're
No
like,
shit.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that again.
No, hell no. No, we don't want that kind of cringe. Okay.
Yeah, no, the cringy dudes. Fuck you guys. Influencers, do
So
something with your goddamn poll.
Yeah, I was gonna say what else? Like these influencers that just conform and keep conforming. What would you say? They should do to kind of help the sport.
I mean, shit. Stop conforming and telling everybody that it's toys. Yes, we all fucking know that. It's called Airsoft. If it wasn't a toy, you'd be saying, check out my Sig Sauer fucking, 9mm. It's we know that fucking KWA only makes airsoft guns. The fact that you are like constantly repeating this thing, it's like you're brainwashing people into, I can't say the no word that it's a gun. It's a fucking airsoft gun.
Right?
Okay? It fires a projectile. It's non-lethal. For fuck's sake, it sucks that we have to do this because you'll get zucked if you don't say it the right fucking way.
Right.
But, if we keep playing into it, it's only going to get worse.
Absolutely.
But, on the other hand, and this is where I'm going to go and fucking put my own foot in my mouth, because I had the discussion with somebody the other day where I was like, I kind of get China's censorship thing, because there are some people that should not be able to fucking have internet access.
There are some people that should be made to shut the fuck up.
There are some, but I mean, when it comes down to it, airsoft is not one of them. Why is paintball not a problem?
I was just going to say that. Yep.
Paintball isn't a problem, and it's not like I'm trying to.
I have a theory on that.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get paintball on a radar here. I'm just like, why is paintball not an issue?
Well, I don't think us talking about these issues is going to put something on the radar or take it off. I think they have their agenda and they're pushing it. And I think it's too big of a ship, like YouTube or whatever, is too big of a ship to get all of the stuff all at once. You know what I mean? So it hits certain channels here and there, and then will grow over time. I think they're trying to get airsoft in general is there's younger generations.
So I did notice something.
Yeah.
Now I gotta I'll have to talk to some of my buddies who've had their accounts shadow banned or shit removed. I don't know what the algorithm's picking up. So I talked to Ronan from Shogun. Mm-hmm. They actually had a post removed that didn't have an airsoft gun in it, didn't mention airsoft guns at all.
Yeah.
But it got removed. And when he sent it to me, I was looking at it. Hashtags had nothing even airsoft related in it, but it was removed by Instagram. So I was like,
what was the post?
It was a flyer. It was a flyer for an event that they were trying to do. And it had nothing, it didn't say anything about airsoft. Now, I mean, it did have Battleground on it. But I mean, Battleground could be anything. There's video game Battleground type shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't get removed. But that got removed. Which I was like, okay, well then it must not just be the mention of airsoft guns. What the fuck is the algorithm picking up then? So I know there's not moderators sitting there going account by account and removing shit. It's obviously a program that's picking up keywords.
There could be.
Though there could be, which would be a very sad fucking life for anybody.
I mean, when Edward Snowden came out and said, about the NSA, and everyone said, there's not that many people looking at that many people's accounts online. Like, oh, yes, there is.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
You never know. But I mean, and I agree with you. That's one of the biggest issues is it's not the fact that something is censored. We get that. And I've talked about this before. We understand. We all understand. Okay, it's a private company. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There are private companies. Get it. Whatever you want to make your terms of service, go ahead and make them. We'll follow them when we're on your platform. Okay, it's fine. But be consistent. Your fucking inconsistency is fucking annoying.
Yeah, you need to be consistent.
Seriously.
I mean, fuck. What's it, the other day, I saw it, some fucking dude killed himself on Discord. On a live stream. On a fucking live stream, killed himself.
Way.
Yeah. Fucking overdosed on methadone. Fucking took a bag full of methadone and fucking OD'd on live stream. And I'm like,
now that one I could understand why it didn't get shut down. Because
that one, but
you don't
it's being
know
recirculated.
What's in the bag. You really don't know.
But it's being but it's being recirculated on Instagram.
Oh.
So it's like, why is that not getting scrubbed right away? Because that's
like, how do you know he's dead though? I mean, it could be a stunt, right? It could be like an actor's
The video kept rolling all night. And his parents came into his room the next day.
No way.
And found, it rolled for that fucking long.
Oh my God.
Now the Instagram video shrunk it up. Whoever reposted it, they shortened it.
Gotcha.
Fucking dad comes in the room, mom comes in, and I'm like, why is this circulating on your shit when a toy gun is getting fucking scrubbed instantly?
Not only that, it's the, you know what posts for Airsoft get ganked is the fucking, the ones that aren't even like violent. The ones that, the ones that are violent and overshooting and full auto and all this kind of, drama and hitting each other, that goes viral. It's, and is allowed, on their things. It's the ones that like are seriously harmless. Like it's a picture, a really nice, well taken picture of a pistol that's clearly Airsoft or labeled as, like on an Airsoft channel.
Replica.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Replica.
Replica, right.
Replica.
Oh, I know, dude. So it's I've talked with somebody last year that said, and they have a very big YouTube channel, and they said somebody asked them, what can we call it, replica? And they said, no, don't even call it that. And we're like, well, what the hell do you call it? And he said, call it by its actual nomenclature of the weapon. So M16 or whatever, kind of A2 kind of thing. Instead of saying gun or replica in it, just say the title of what the gun is or whatever. So I was like, nope, not doing that shit. I don't give a fuck, okay? Like, I'm not... Be honest, the way I am, as stubborn as I am, and my personality type, even if I was making, I don't know, some crazy amount, 10 grand a month on YouTube from our videos, and all of a sudden they start banning or censoring our videos for, Airsoft content, and I wasn't, and they sent me a list of, okay, you can't say this, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm still saying it, and take the money, I don't give a shit, okay? I'm more about ideals than money. Like, you can fuck off, you're not buying me off, okay?
If they tried to play some dumbass shit like that, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. The guy served the goddamn country. You can say whatever the fuck he wants. Go fuck yourself.
Like, I'm not even telling you. I'm trying to bring people together on this shit, okay?
It's weird. It is a weird fucking
Except
time.
The cringes.
And hopefully it'll blow over one day. And it won't get more cringe.
Do you think some of those cringies that you're talking about, do you think there's hope for them? Do you think they'll grow into a better Airsofter where they could possibly lead other people into a better way? Like, this is the way kind of thing?
No, I don't think so, because I've gone through some of their individual pages and looked at comments or whatever, and they've got a fucking plethora of degenerates fucking fueling their behavior. There's just a fuck ton. I mean, I went down the rabbit. It's like you got conspiracy theorists who will go down a rabbit hole. I was like, let's see how cringe these fucking assholes can get, and just started clicking on profiles. And I'm like, wow, the roaches are fucking everywhere. Like the infestation is huge. And when a team gets banned, they just change the name so that they can get back into a field.
Really?
And it's like, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And you got people on there like, oh yeah, taking out the trash. And it's like, you are the trash. What fucking trash aren't you taking out? Like,
oh my God.
You are the trash. You know? And they all look the same. I can't get over that. They all look the same. It's like the same way speed softers think mill simmers all look the same, and mill simmers think speed softers all look the same. It's like, no, the cringe players have the exact same uniform. Some hand-me-down bullshit they got in a thrift store for fucking BDUs, a Pig B rig, a contour cam, a dye mask, and an MK18 build of some sort. They all look the same, and they all with their slack shoulder fucking retard look oh my God, it drives me nuts. I'm like, dude, your posture is as piss poor as your airsoft plane.
Dude, I'm glad you said that. You know, posture is one of the things that our parents taught us, right?
Yeah,
like
stand up,
straight,
shoulders back.
Shoulders back. Like that wasn't even a military, quote unquote, military thing. That was like your parents taught you that because it's good posture. Like your body is meant to stand that way. That's the way you breathe better. You know, the more oxygen you have in your body, the less sickness and disease you have in your body. And then I see so many people when I drive around just in you know daily life, walk in and out of gas stations, stores, you know, wherever you're out and about, and you see the general public. So many people have poor posture, man. And when somebody actually walks stand up and straight, I saw this really beautiful woman, probably in her 20s, maybe 25 or so, come out of this grocery store the other day. And she was dressed, you know, decent, like not like pretty casual, but her posture was great. Like she held her shoulders back. You could tell she'd been to the gym, very good shape. And I was like, you know, and she was very pretty, hair and face and all that. But even if she wasn't, just her posture alone caught my
confidence.
eye. 100%,
confident,
bro.
Strong.
Yes.
Yeah, confident, strong. You get all of that in posture.
Yes.
Then, you know, you look at these clowns and you're like, you are weak. You look like a fucking idiot.
You're slumpy,
you stand
bro.
like an idiot. You dress like an idiot. You can't even match your fucking outfit like an idiot. Like, I'm sorry, but you're not speed. You're not milsim. You're that shit right in the middle. Yes, you're all shit. All of you.
And they want to stake their claim on the airsoft field by doing cringy shit. And somebody
no, they do, and I heard that from another person who was just like, no, they basically go and they stake claim at a field, almost like a gang, and they just come there and they just treat everybody like shit. You know, one of them, he was in a fucking Discord that I'm a part of, and he was like, I just want to go out and fucking mag dump kids. And I'm like, you're a fucking problem, dude. Let me tell you something. You mag dump my kid, I'll fucking break you off. Period. I will break you off. I don't care how old you are. If your mom and dad are at the field, they're going to have a problem too. Because I might even just fucking huck my...
is literally just shit talking. Like they don't really want to, but they just, you know, when we're all in groups, like when we were growing up, you know, teenagers and even adults, right? Guys hanging out, we all shit talk somebody, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Talking to be cool. Like, you know, I just want to sound cool. I'm edgy. I'm fucking edgy.
I'm edgy. Yeah. That's the new thing.
I'm edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, edgy is like the when I was growing up, you know, the punk, because me and my buddies were into punk as well, and Against the Machine and all that kind of bullshit. And it was Sex Pistols, Violent Femmes, you know, Crash, the Clash, right? It was. Oh yeah, All the
But see, even then, you kind of had, music and their words and what they were about to kind of do it. These fucking clowns in Airsoft, it's like there's nothing in the background like building you guys up. You're literally creating your own little shit and just permeating that shit within your own little groups. There was nobody in Airsoft who came out like, let's fucking mag dump people. And we need to have a mag dump movement and we're going to write songs about it. It's like, no, it's just a bunch of fucking shitbags who keep behavior going because other shitbags think it's cool and they're just going to keep doing it. And it's like, man, one day, one of you guys is going to do it to the wrong person that does not give a shit about playing Airsoft tomorrow.
Yep.
Like, then they break you off and you get permanently hurt, and guess what? The rest of the community is going to pay for it.
Oh, 100%. It already does when
they don't,
all that
they don't,
stuff
and that's
goes.
the thing. They don't even care about the community.
Nah.
They care about their little fucking retard circle and having a laugh and getting to watch it again on YouTube. Like, oh, you remember that day we were acting like fucking idiots? It was fucking great.
They're trying to be attention whores,
They're craving attention because they must not be getting it at home from mommy and daddy.
Yeah, that's what it is. It really is.
Period.
Yep.
Yeah, mom and dad, you fucking failed.
For real.
Sorry. That's coming from a parent. You fucking failed.
Like, parents need to step the fuck up for real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what? I get it. We can't watch every waking moment of what our kids do, but we can instill some fucking values in them so they don't go out in public acting like fucking idiots.
Dude, growing up, in my era, we were never around our parents. Like, we walked to school and home from school. We didn't ride a bus with fucking, and we didn't have police in the school. Okay, so we were away from our parents all the time. We never sat in the house. We didn't have anything to do in the house. If you're in the house, you're doing chores. Okay, we never wanted to be in the house before the streetlights come on. So we were gone all the time.
Yeah.
So these parents today, they let their kids sit in their room, and they don't check on them. They act like their parent, like their kids. The parents act like their kids have their own room and have privacy in that room. And when they close the door, the parent's not allowed without permission. I'm like, bitch, you're under my roof. That door belongs to me. Your room belongs to me. Our oldest daughter, she's the same personality type as mine. It's a real strong-willed and that kind of thing. And then she was, 15, 16, maybe younger. She would slam the door when she'd get pissed when we would have a conversation. And I'm like, no, you're not doing that. No, you're not going out with your friend dressed like that. Or no, you're not doing this or whatever. No, I don't know those parents. Well, no one's going to be there. Well, okay. Does that girl have a brother? Does her brother have friends that are coming over while you're spending the night? No, hell no. I don't think so. You're 15. And so she'd go in a room and slam the door. I'm like, you slam that door one more time, I'm going to take it off its hinges, and you won't have a door. And guess what? The door went gone, okay? It went in the back closet for like a week, okay? No fucking privacy, because that's my room, all right? That's what parents need to start doing.
Yeah, no, they do. I have a 12-year-old, very impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially a good kid. He is a pretty good kid.
Most kids
likes
are.
He likes pushing my buttons. I mean, he's almost my
That's
build.
Job,
he's getting up there. Yeah, he's getting up there in height too, to where now he's kind of feeling himself. And I'm like, dude, I will permanently injure myself to make sure you never have the upper hand. Trust me, kid. Like, I will fucking kill myself to make sure you do not come out on top.
Well, I mean, your job is to teach him, right? So he's going to flex. Yeah. You got to let him flex, but you can't let him win. Like, you got to let him grow into that role, right? And teach him along the way.
Yeah, and I mean, he watches a lot of Airsoft shit because he knows I go and do it and stuff like that. And, he'll come and tell me all the time, oh, Dad, I watched this video at this place and these guys were acting a certain way. And I'm like, you need to stop talking like it was the most amazing thing you've ever seen. I was like, because those fucking guys are the type of guys that I would love a few minutes alone with no rules. Because, I understand as an adult and somebody who has a family and mortgage and all that stuff, that my days of going and wiling out on somebody and fucking, they're very, very, it's got to be for life-saving reasons now.
Oh, for sure.
Can't just go out and do it anymore. Not fucking 18. I was like, but those are the guys that they literally do trigger me, and people can sit there and be like, oh, you get triggered by that. I'm like, no, it triggers a part of me that's like, man, I would have just, back when I was younger, I just fucking punched him in the mouth.
Yeah.
And that would have been it. Now, I got to sit there and just kind of take it like a chump. If anything, now, yeah, I'm a chump. I got to sit here and take it because I can't fucking punch you in the mouth when you act like a fucking idiot in public anymore. Thank you.
I mean, you can walk
rule
away.
makers. Thank you, rule makers. Now I got to be the bigger man and walk away because I can't just go and mouth you one real quick.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, you said it to the wrong guy. I don't want to beat you senseless. I just want to show you just for a quick second talk. It was to the wrong guy.
Right. Well, even when I spanked my kids, I didn't beat my kids. It was a swat. Like if you start at a young age, you don't actually have to spank them to where they hurt. I never hit my kids to where it physically hurt them. They were young enough to where it was, it hurt their ego enough to where they wanted to listen the next time. And then some of the other life lessons were like you and I had, right? Where we learned on our own from real life circumstances with electricity or heat, or getting cut. You let your kid touch a hot surface because they're not going to hurt that bad with their finger or whatever getting burned, but it's going to last a lifetime. A 5-year-old that touches a hot stove will never touch a hot stove again the rest of their life. Think about that. They'll live till they're let's say they're 85. For 80 years, that lesson, that 1-second lesson was learned for 80 years. Tell your teenager to clean his room and see without physical consequences and see how many times you have to tell them. They don't learn that lesson ever.
Every motherfucking day of my adult goddamn life with teenagers.
Isn't that crazy? Pain is the ultimate teacher, bro. It really is.
It's more of the shock. The fact that, oh, whoa, you just fucking hit me. Like, I don't want that again.
Right.
I don't want that again.
Absolutely.
If you do it way too late, it doesn't have the same shock value to it.
Correct. Yep.
Because then as they're older and they learn how to deal with pain, they're just like, oh, he's going to come over, he's going to give me a good one, it's going to hurt for like 30 seconds, and then I'm just going to go right back to my bullshit.
It's relative. So it has to be relative to their age. So it has to adjust as they get older. So if you start when they're young, then it's very little, right? It's just like more of a ego pain. Like, they got embarrassed. Okay. And then then
your 16-year-old boys deserve right hooks.
Yes.
That's 70% of your power.
Well, like I said, I was 16. My dad threw me up against the fridge and put his finger in my chest. I'm not saying like pointed to me. I'm talking like he was hurting me. Okay. I thought he was, and he made a fist like he was about to punch me. This is a big dude. And I understand, at that age, I understood pain already. I played football since I was in 4th grade. And, I understood how things hurt when you get hit. And I had been in fights. I was beat up. I was bullied, like old school bullied, like legit beat up with fists and kicks when I was 10 years old, the whole year. I don't, whatever. So I understood, physical pain. So it's, it doesn't take a lot if you start young.
No. And that's kind of what I'd say about some of these kids. I was like, you didn't poke that one wrong guy, because I did back in high school. I poked one wrong guy, and I learned from his 20-year-old brother, his 18-year-old brother, his 17-year-old brother, and him all at once. But didn't even know they were coming for me. Just walking home from school by myself one day, and got the wrath of all fucking 4 of them for fucking with the wrong goddamn kid. Like, you cringe motherfuckers are gonna poke the wrong guy one day.
For real.
It may not be me. It may not be somebody else. Normally, you might go to some strange field you've never been at before. Then there's going to be that one dude who's fuck around and find out fucking chart.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't what you expect it to be with all the other guys you play. His might just be this low-level flatline like, no, you shot him 1 BB too many.
That's it.
Like, that's it.
Yeah, his limit is very low, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he's
again,
going to get your ass.
But again, you fucks, one of you is going to get hurt, and then all of us are going to suffer for it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, look what happens in Airsoft. Kids are being beaten. And it's like, well, that motherfucker kind of deserved it. If you went and talked to people in the community, they'd be like, they know him for being a shitbag.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're just now getting wind of it because a parent is upset about it, let alone that parent didn't know that their kid is a scumbag when they're not at home with you.
Oh God, no! Those kind of people, those kind of kids, the cringy ones that do airsoft like that, their parents would be like, "What?
Never.
My kid is wonderful. What are you talking about?
He's such a sweetheart at home." Like, yeah, no shit, because he's waiting for you to go drop him off to act like a fucking degenerate at a field. You know?
Serious, bro.
And he's never going to get in trouble for it because he knows how to play you like a little machine.
They need to start incorporating pull-up bars and push-ups at airsoft fields, and for these cringy dudes to get their energy out, because that's what it is, the buildup of energy, right, that needs to get done. Because I guarantee you 100%, if they would run an obstacle course that was hard as fuck before they were allowed to go on the field and play indoor or whatever, they would not have that fucking, piss and vinegar in their veins to go do the cringy shit they do.
Yeah.
Go make them pull a fucking truck tire for 50 yards.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing so we had friends that played at a local field, Orange County field, which in the hub of fucking all cringiness. It's not a typical airsoft field. It's an actual police training facility.
Nice.
They had one thing going for them that was really cool. I mean, the park is pretty cool itself. I mean, it's a kill house. But the fact that it's run by police changed the dynamic of how the people behave there.
No shit.
So, like, after hearing about that, I was like, you know what? That might be what these fields need, is a line in that waiver that says, you act a certain way, we are not liable for any damages to your person for your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Because that might make people think twice about, at least the smart ones will be like, well, I literally signed a waiver that said people who own, operate, and basically patrol this place could bounce me off walls while they're throwing me out. It's like a bouncer at a fucking club. Like, right. That bouncer will whack you off of every fucking wall as you're going out if he wanted to. Who knows? That could change the dynamic of fields. Like, hey, check it out. That guy who works here, you see him? That's fucking Bubba. He's 325 pounds of fucking man. And if he gets his hands on you, understand that every 55-gallon drum that he walks by, you might get bounced off of that thing before you get thrown out.
Right.
It's almost like there's no fear for repercussions. They're just like, oh, I'll get banned from the field. That's it.
We have to have consequences, bro.
There needs to be consequences for that.
For our actions. And I'm not talking about timeout. Timeout does not work. And unfortunately, nope. I know fields, indoor fields especially, they're kind of stuck with
they're limited to what they can.
Okay, so they can't do much except ban them, which does not cause physical pain, which is what they need so they can learn a lesson. The cringy ones. So I talked about this with somebody about 6 months ago, and I said, I have a solution. Okay, I don't claim to know it all, but I raised 5 children. They're all adults now, and they're all very good adults. Okay, and you have to have a good balance of pain with teaching, right? And I'm not talking about extreme pain, but one of the things, the ideas I had for an indoor field is, you can only wear T-shirts to play. That's it. That's it. That's the only rule. If you're playing on this field, you can only wear a T-shirt. I know you want to look cool. It's fine. Wear whatever kind of T-shirt you want that looks cool. Wear a cami T-shirt, all kind of different camo, whatever. But you can only wear a T-shirt. You can wear gloves, but you cannot wear long sleeves. And you can't wear a hoodie, and you can't wear something thick, a chest rig and all that. You don't need a chest rig for indoor play, okay? You're 30 rounds in your pistol. If that doesn't do you well for one round, then you fucking suck, okay? So a T-shirt and that's it. And that will eliminate a lot of this behavior because they will get shot with the full force of whatever the, 1 point something 1 joule or 1.2 joule or 1 joule or whatever at close range on their bare skin or on that T-shirt. This is how we learned, you and me, in paintball. We showed up in jeans and a T-shirt most of the time, and we got fucking pelted, and we said, oh shit, this fucking hurts. So I better wear something different.
Yeah, there weren't plate carriers in fucking paintball. You wore a belt that had pods in it. That's it. Yep. That was it.
For real.
And these clowns are wearing full military parkas. It's like, dude, you know how thick those fucking things are? You didn't feel a goddamn shot. That's why you aren't putting your hand up.
Exactly.
You didn't feel anything.
Yep.
You have a skill issue. Period. If you have to full auto, period, you have a skill issue.
Well, let me ask you this. Full auto for indoor play, yes or no? Because in the UK, they have, I think, most of their fields allow full auto. And it doesn't mean, overshooting's not allowed, but full auto is allowed. So,
but again, it's like if overshooting's not allowed and I can squeeze a trigger and my DSG is built to do 60 rounds a second, a half-second pull, I've overshot you fucking 55 times.
Well, I guess we have to define overshooting. So overshooting would be purposely...
Until the hand goes up. Yeah, until the hand goes up.
Right.
Is what we hear around here in California. I'm shooting until your hand goes up.
That's right.
Well, the average human reaction is like a second or something.
Sure.
And if you squeeze a trigger on a DSG build with a 60 RPS fucking squeeze, my hand going up in 1 second, I'm still getting fucking hit 50 times.
Yeah. Wouldn't that help eliminate some of that cringy play, though?
Yeah, well, it might, but I think full auto would be fine if the gun was tuned to something that actually works in reality. How fast will a full auto M4 fire? A real steel M4.
That's a great question. Let me think. I didn't use the M4. I used a M16A2, and we didn't have full auto. We had 3-round burst, but what was the cycle?
But even then,
I can't remember.
Even then, with a 3-round
I think it's
burst,
700, 600
rounds a minute.
Yeah, maybe it's less than that because I know an MP5. Well, I think I know an MP5 is 900 rounds a minute, and that's pretty fucking fast for a small gun like that. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what the M4s are.
I mean, even then, 900 rounds a minute, that's 15 rounds a second.
Okay.
So, if the rule was your gun has to be tuned to 15 rounds a second, okay, that's fine, because, you're not getting laser beamed. I watched a video earlier today of a guy running full auto night out here in California, and it was a perfect green beam coming out of this gun. I'm like, There is no weapon on the planet besides maybe the fucking minigun that they put on fucking, attack helicopters.
Right.
Period. Right. I mean, that thing sends beams.
That's 6,000 rounds a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing sends beams, but there is no personnel carried weapon that fires that fast. Period.
No.
So if you keep it in the realm of reality, I'm actually kind of fine with it. I'm like, yeah, if you tune it to 15 to 20 rounds a second, that ain't that big of a deal. And you tell everybody you're only allowed to run 2 O's.
Yeah.
That's fine. You got a lightweight BB. Yeah, there's a lot of them coming at
That's
you.
True.
But a 3.2 or a 3.8 coming at you in full auto, you're fucking people up with that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right.
Fucking people up.
Okay, you got to adjust something. If you're going to do full auto.
Yeah, there's got to be something, And full auto sounds fun as fuck, but when I was watching the full auto night videos, I'm like, dude, that dude with that DSG, every time he pulled around a corner, it was a fucking laser. Just firing 60 rounds. That's not even fucking fun. You can't move out of cover. you can't move out of cover. That guy's so fucking tuned, and it's like,
how
again,
dare you rain on that dude's
issue.
Parade? He wants to shoot fucking lasers, bro.
Hey, that's totally cool. Go fucking do a Star Wars LARP event. But again, you reduce the fun. It's like, okay, maybe somebody else doesn't have $1,000 to put into a DSG build like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have to play against you on like a walk-on day for full auto, and they're like, oh, I couldn't even leave cover. This guy fucking popped out, and he was putting 150 rounds down fucking range in 2 seconds. It's kind of dumb at that point, and, maybe they should have nights where it's like, hey, only tonight, all of you motherfuckers with your 60 RPS builds get to play against each other.
There's a field, isn't there a field called full auto only?
That's a brand. I think there's full auto airsoft is the same
full
thing.
Full auto only, yeah.
Full auto only.
Brand.
Yeah, cool dudes, by the way. Yeah, full auto only are a bunch of cool dudes.
Nice.
Well, cool dude.
So they should have like a night where, these fields should have a night where these guys could come out and maybe it's just not the whole night, but 2 matches or whatever. They can just go ham on each other.
Yeah, it's misleading to the public. Like, again, I'm not against it like 100%, but you need to kind of set some ground rules. Because anybody, like if somebody, I don't know, say they've only been playing for like 6 months and they've got a decent build, they're like, fuck yeah, I want to go do a night of full auto. And then they show up and they're like, who the fuck is Mike Tyson with the goddamn 60 RPS just fucking smacking everybody in the place?
Exactly. I thought I wanted to do full auto, but hold on. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, I didn't know that's what full auto was. Yeah, like, shit, I thought my 15 rounds a second was fast, but I know. There's people with $1,000 builds that fucking, it looks like just this perfect green beam coming out of them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, we've done full auto.
I didn't think about that. The difference between, because I feel like 20 rounds a second is really fast, bro.
Because, even that's fast.
When I got shot, the one time, I was like, that I've talked about numerous times on this podcast, but, and I have a picture of my hand on our Instagram. If you scroll way down, I was bleeding. Okay. I told my kids to shoot me in the, we're outside doing a review on one of the guns we got.
Wow.
It shot 380 FPS with .2s. It had a 90 round mid-cap mag that we filled for the review or whatever, and it had full auto. It was shooting 18 or 20 rounds a second. They were about 30 feet away from the target. That we had one of these official, real steel type of targets, whatever, plaster on this cardboard box. And this is about 3 months into our channel, when we started our channel, and I'm steadily for 3 months talking shit about airsoft because I was a paintballer. I'm like, these little BBs do not hurt, bro. What the fuck? And so anyway, I held my hand out. I was like, shoot it. And they were like, no. I was like, just do it. I got a beer in the other hand, by the way. And Yeah. Oh, yeah. So up until that point, I had not been shot by an airsoft gun that was any kind of legitimate at all. It was just when they were, my kids were 10 and 12 when they had the little springers, and I was like, okay, this is nothing. So they shot the top of my hand. I had my clenched fist, and they shot from my wrist all the way up to my knuckles. You know how many tendons are in there, bro? Okay.
Oh, ton.
30 feet away at 380 FPS.
Yeah,
the whole
that's
mag. I couldn't hold my hand there the whole mag. Oh my God. Talk about learning a lesson from physical pain. I will never make fun of airsoft again, but it was wrecked for like a week and a half, for real. So I understand what you're talking about when you're saying, 60 RPS, rounds per second, and I got shot with 20 rounds a second. Bro, that's insane.
Yeah. One of my builds that I have, I can tune the trigger to 43 before my tank won't allow anymore. I mean, if I upgrade my tank, I can take it to 60, but I'm like, my limit at 43, when I turn the fun switch on and I pull the trigger, I'm like, that wouldn't be fun to get shot with that thing. No. So I went and I tuned my fucking trigger back down to where it's semi. There is no full auto on it. I was just like, this is unnecessary. The trigger is tuned now to where I barely have to touch it and I can fire fucking rounds. Semi-auto, you're showing skill. If you can sit there and fucking place a well-placed shot, that's what you're aiming for, even with a real steel gun.
Yeah.
You are trying to put a well-placed shot to hit a target.
Yep.
Because if you're having to go full auto, you suck at shooting, period.
I agree. Like in the real military, full auto is only used for covering fire. It's not used for
covering fire.
Yeah, it's suppression. Suppressive covering fire. So it's made to scatter. It's not made to pinpoint, and it's made to keep the enemy's head down so you can move somewhere, or to keep them from moving somewhere, or hold them back. That's what full auto is used for. It's not or anti-vehicle. If you have a bigger, gun to shoot full auto, but it's not.
And that's and that's where the speed softers actually help prove the same point. Is when you watch an NSL match,
right?
Those guys aren't firing full auto, and they can fucking shoot.
Yes,
There's 5 guys. Yeah, there are 5 skilled dudes with just fucking flashy trigger fingers that can keep people suppressed. They're not running full auto.
Have you seen Bondo? I mean, you talked about Bondo earlier. Have you seen him use his? Holy shit, bro!
All of those guys, the Murder Inc. dudes from out here in fucking California. I'm like, dude, their body movement, their snappy fucking motions. I'm like, that is all precision tuned airsoft behavior. They're firing semi-automatic. So anybody who says they need full auto that's not an LMG gunner, go fuck yourself, because these dudes are doing it with pistols, and they are suppressing other competitive players.
100%.
But, get good. Yeah. Get good with semi-auto.
Get good, bitches. Don't suck.
Yeah, get good. Don't suck.
For real.
That's you. Milsimmers can learn a lot from the speed softers when it comes to CQB play, and speed softers can learn a shit ton from milsimmers when it comes to long ball. Stop acting like you're fucking 2 different groups. You're all airsofters. Fuck off.
Yeah, but you know what's funny or fun to watch are the videos where the milsimmers are out on the field, woodland type of, skirmish, whatever. And a speed softer comes blazing by in pink shorts and a blue t-shirt, just blazing by him, running in a building. I know it's not good for, it's probably not good for their team. I don't know. It might work out good. Who knows? But it is fun to watch.
To me, it sounds like a good idea. Because,
It's a great distraction.
Well, one, it's a great distraction, and two, it's kind of like from a strategic standpoint, like if you're doing milsim and you're slowly making your way up and kind of taking over an area or whatever, and people don't really want to make a risky move to move in somewhere, well, guess what? The fast motherfucker who's down to slide fucking, 20 feet across the ground, you might want that guy to go in there and cause some turmoil because he's going to go in there and kill a few people. And then everybody else is going to be like, what the fuck just happened? And then everybody moves in.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
It's great diversion. They're fast as fuck, and they are pretty...
Your brain is looking for that camo, geared up type of silhouette.
Static target.
Yep.
Yeah, static target who's trying to, pick the shots.
High corners and shit. And this dude comes running in all kind of different, whacked out colors that don't match what your brain is looking for. And you're like, wait, and it makes you hesitate, and now you're dead.
Yeah, there was a dude, I saw it on Shogun's fucking Instagram, and they got a guy on their team, and he goes by like Mully the Maniac. Whenever they post videos of him, you're just like, dude, that fucking guy is insane. Like, he took off from the whole team and cleared 2 whole maps and got into a position where the other team hadn't even got up into position to start fighting with the other team, and he's already killing them all off from behind. And it's like, because nobody expected someone to be that far up the field.
Holy shit.
In the time they made it. And it was like, dude, is this guy like an Olympic runner or something? Because he was fucking like, what the hell? Everybody he killed had their back to him. Or God. It was a complete side shot. Because they didn't know he was there.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, that is a prime dude to have on a milsim team.
For
somebody
real.
who can get up to a position and cause turmoil somewhere else. And then it kind of diverts everybody's attention to an area for everybody else to kind of move in. It's like, see, you guys both are great if you bring that cohesion, between the two styles of play.
Absolutely.
Stop fucking acting like there's a left and right wing. You're just the same airsofter. Was that too fucking government pun?
I love it. It's true.
Oh, shit.
Well, what else you want to shout out, man? What else you want to talk about?
Nothing really. I mean, dude, I really appreciate you having me on here. Like, I've been watching a lot of your stuff. You've had a lot of people on your podcast. It's really
this will be
awesome.
episode. Yours will be 308, actually.
Yeah, that's insane. That's really cool.
It is, man. I did not expect to be talking to this many people over the last couple of years, 3 years or whatever. But yeah.
Oh, I mean, again, you have something that people are like, damn, this is really cool. I want to be on there. I like having these discussions. People like this kind of stuff. It's, just like watching a YouTube video. It's like, no, I'm going to sit down and listen and see what that guy's perspective is, Yeah, my reason for getting on here, I saw Shogun's thing. I saw Ritual. I've watched actually a whole lot of them. So, just calling names out doesn't make any sense when I've watched like probably 100 of them. No, I felt like, you know what? Everybody's always got this, pretty cool vibe about what they're doing about it, but nobody's really pushing the fucking issue that a lot of us who really love this community and really like playing and meeting new people, we all deal with the same fucking pieces of shit out there on the field, but nobody's really talking about it in a very harsh manner.
Yeah.
Because I know nobody wants their image to look nasty, but that's what 6mm Cult's here for. It is kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke, want to be a cult of 6mm enthusiasts, but we're also going to poke fun at the ones who act very culty and fucking weird. It's like, it's fucking Airsoft, guys. Come the fuck on. It actually, and a kind of funny part about the whole cult thing, I posted a picture of some stickers that I was making in a particular Discord, and I had somebody throw a fit, complete fucking fit about one of them. I actually sent it to you. It was the David Koresh one.
Okay.
And the quote on there is like, well, if the Bible is true, then I'm God, or I'm Christ. And this person threw a fit. I am sick and tired of people fucking mocking my religion and da 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 da. And he's pointing finger at me. And I was all, well, all right, this guy is clearly too young to even know who David Koresh is.
I was going to say, most people, most people on here, most people in Airsoft probably.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah,
and
at least half. At least half.
Yeah, he's going hard at me like I'm the one who wrote the quote.
Right.
I was like,
yeah.
Well, I was like, but you know what? It did exactly what it was supposed to do. David Koresh was a fucking nut job who said crazy shit.
Yep.
And he is one of the only fucking crazy bastards who did what they did on U.S. soil. Like, nobody else has done that. I mean, you can say, what's his name? Timothy McVeigh. I was like, no, yeah, Timothy McVeigh blew up a building and murdered a bunch of innocent people.
Right.
David Koresh convinced a whole lot of people that, you know, the government was coming to kill them. And granted, unfortunately, the government did come in there and fucking kill them.
What do you think about it? Because that was, anyone that doesn't know, that's Waco.
Yeah, so Waco, Texas.
Yeah, Waco, Texas.
I've watched a lot of documentaries about it, and some of them kind of, you can see where they teeter on both sides of who fucked this one all up.
Yeah.
The last one that I watched, even that one was muddy, but they actually had people who got out of the compound on there with their testimonies. And I'm like, wow, this didn't make it any easier because you people are fucking insane. Even after watching what happened and being there, you still feel that this guy was God?
Right. Well, that was my thing was, you know, I don't want the government intrusion. You know, we were talking about that earlier.
That. And I get that.
Rage Against the Machine. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. If those people were there on their own will, they weren't in prison.
Yeah, leave them alone.
They were convinced, sure. They were convinced. They were sold on this idea. But they were there willingly. 100% willingly. And even when they had a chance to leave,
they chose not to.
Did not want to leave. And the leader, David Koresh, he wasn't threatening them under, hey, you have to stay here under gunpoint. I will shoot you or your kids if you leave. It was, you can be here or not. And I don't understand why the government needs to get involved with that kind of shit.
So the last one that I watched with all that, I was like, no, he wasn't keeping anybody under their will.
Right.
None of that shit. Now what one of the people that were in this documentary, they're like, the only reason we even went out there was because a mailman reported that he delivered a package and a fucking grenade fell out of the package.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, you can have guns and all that type of shit. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But they had a box of grenades getting delivered to the house, so they started investigating it more, and I guess there was a whole lot of illegal firearm sales between David Koresh and other places, which they're like, if you sell them, that's fine, but if you're selling them illegally, transactionally, now ATF has a problem with it.
Yeah.
But again,
which I don't
what
agree
the government
on, by the way.
did,
I think the Second Amendment covers all that, but anyway, I know what you're saying.
But then again, the way the government went about it was David Koresh didn't have to convince them to stay because the people were already afraid to even leave because they were scared they were going to get killed when they left.
Absolutely.
By the government.
Right.
So
well,
it's such a weird situation.
That whole thing was, okay, everyone's fine. In that compound, everyone's fine.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, they're there. They want to be there. If they don't like their situation, I mean, welcome to the club, bro. Like, that's life. I mean, who grew up in a house that they didn't want to be in? All right? That's fucking life. But my parents weren't threatening my life, okay? He wasn't threatening their lives. I don't have compassion for him as far as that goes. You know, like they chose to be there. They believed what he was talking about. People, you know, a good part of this country is having the freedom to follow your beliefs without government interference. And there was no problem until the fucking government showed up at their fucking fence. So that's my issue is they escalated the whole goddamn thing to where it ended up because they showed up. They have no business being at somebody's property when no one is out there. Like, there wasn't like a hostage that escaped and said, oh my God, there's 20 people being held in this compound under their, you know, without their will. No, that's not what happened. The government fucked up and they overstep, which is what they always do. And we don't like it. As American citizens who follow the freedom that our Constitution is based on, because of where we came from with the king and queens that oppressed everybody, we don't want government interference. You know.
Yeah, you know. So you got the Koresh thing, and then one of the other. Yeah, it just proved my point to where the guy fucking freaked the fuck out. I was like, see, like, this dude was a wacko who said something, and now here you are reacting to it.
Yeah.
Good. I got the reaction. Nobody really reacted to the Applewhite one. I'm guessing that one might just be too far off from that. It was like, that was Heaven's Gate. God damn it,
I didn't even know who that was. Yeah,
that was Marshall Applewhite. He convinced all the Heaven's Gate people that there was a UFO behind the fucking Halley's Comet that was going to save them all. And then the last one...
I didn't know him by name. Once you sent it to me, or once we chatted a little bit, I looked it up and I was like, I did, some of that story, Doe, I guess is, what they call him in the spaceship thing. I do remember that. Yep. But I didn't recognize the name as much as I recognized Koresh and Jim Jones.
Yeah, Jim Jones, I was like, that dude, I'm like, I wish the background would work without fucking everything up, because, that's 400 dead fucking Americans.
Yeah.
That went down there and fucking believed this fucking crack job. And it's just one of those things. It's kind of...
again, he didn't kill him.
He didn't
take a machine gun out and kill him. He didn't have his cronies chop their heads off with machetes. They willingly went into this. So what do we blame here? Do we blame dumb people? Like, I don't know.
We blame dumb people. I think we blame dumb people. We blame impressionable
obviously,
people.
I'm not supporting Jim Jones or Koresh. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the people that they had as followers were literally dumb enough to believe long enough to the very end where they said, okay, I believe enough to where I'm going to kill myself for this cause. And this ain't the first time, this ain't the last time. We've seen this a few years ago and I think we're going to see it more, to be honest, in our today life, present day, with the climate change bullshit that the government is pushing. They are convincing people that we're going to destroy the earth because of climate change and because of our CO2 emissions. And there was a video a few years ago, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, about a woman and a couple of her followers or friends that were going to commit suicide and trying to convince other people to commit suicide to save the planet because of CO2 emissions. Not even realizing that one volcanic eruption causes 10,000 times more CO2 emission than all of humanity has caused since its existence. That's one volcano.
Look, sir, numbers don't work with people. Numbers don't work. All right,
Lord.
They don't work. If you throw numbers at people, they get confused and they get even more upset.
Yeah, their eyes glaze over and they go, I'm back in math
they
class.
get even more upset. But with these crazy fucking cult people that I'm using as like a kind of a point, it's like, this is how these cringy people act.
Yeah,
it's
true.
One weirdo gets a bunch of impressionable people who want to be cool to act a certain way, and then they fuck it up for everybody.
Absolutely.
We get more government fucking involvement when you get one crazy dude who fucking decides to open fire on the government, even though the government's overstepping their bounds, everybody else suffers.
Yeah, and then
Everybody
the
else
fields
gets
you
to
go
pay for
to,
it.
they go, okay, we need more rules, even though everyone plays good and follows the rules, except for those two people. And now you got to follow, and your team, or everyone that plays normal, has to follow these dumb rules because of those two people. Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, we can't self-regulate ourselves. Like people are incapable of just being like, oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't act like a dickhead today. Let's have a good day. Let's not act like a dickhead. Let's have a good day today. No, they show up ready to be like, I don't care if I get kicked off in 15 minutes as long as I mag dump one fucking person and I get it on film. I've done my job for the day.
That is cringy.
Yeah.
That really is cringy.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. But yeah,
well, it's been great talking with you, man. I appreciate.
I really appreciate
being
you.
on. It's good to meet you, Omega. Good luck with all your manufacturing things. Shout out wherever people can find your work, manufacturing work with airsoft guns or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, just right now it's our Instagram. I got the LLC set up yesterday, so there'll be a website and everything, but 6mm Cult, and now we went edgy with the way Cult is spelled. It's KVLT. So yeah, check it out. M-lock rail guards, pistol grips for AAPs. Working on figuring out how to do it for regular high kappas as well. There's just going to be a lot coming up. A whole lot. So this is kind of just the beginning of it. We've got patches, stickers, stuff like that. There's going to be shirts, all that type of shit. Everything to kind of poke cringy people in the eye.
Nice.
Just wait for a shirt that's coming out. I already sent some pictures to a few people, and they all freaked the fuck out when they saw it. But the new movement will be hashtag beat your local cringe softer. And that'll be all across the back of that shirt. So,
I love it.
Who knows? Nice guys finish last. Maybe that'll become a movement, and that might change the climate of airsoft.
Right.
If parents aren't going to regulate their kids, maybe the freaking community needs to regulate their kids for them.
Absolutely.
So
awesome, man.
Brother, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Definitely we'll see you again sometime soon.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate you, man. You have a good night. Shout out again to our sponsors, Skirmish and Jackal Tactical. And go follow this guy, new into the airsoft community. And definitely got some good stuff coming. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Fuck you, cringe softers.